You know that feeling, right? That kind of persistent heaviness. Like things just aren't quite flowing smoothly inside. It's so common, isn't it? But we often just brush it off, think it's just like uncomfortable. But what if it's more than that? What if having a sluggish gut, being backed up, is actually affecting your overall health, even how you look, your energy? So today, we're doing a deep dive. We want to understand why things sometimes get stuck. And more importantly, what simple, everyday things we can actually do about it. Things to get everything moving nicely again. This is really, for you listening, we want to give you clear, practical ideas, no complicated jargon. Let's get things moving.
Yes, absolutely. Because being irregular, what most people just call constipation, it really is much more than a simple inconvenience. It can set off a whole chain reaction of problems you might not expect. A lot of people are surprised that this kind of internal irritation, like a low-level inflammation in the gut, often shows up on the outside.
On the outside? How so?
Well, you might see it on your skin, for instance, maybe rashes popping up or finding you're more sensitive to things, allergies getting worse. It can even make you look a bit older than you feel. Think a pale or sort of puffy face, maybe darker circles under the eyes. Even things like your hair getting thinner or drier or brittle nails. Your body often gives clues on the outside about what's happening inside.
That's fascinating.
And internally, well, if things aren't moving, it can create an environment where other gut issues can thrive. There's even a link between chronic sluggishness and, unfortunately, more serious conditions, certain gut cancers, hemorrhoids getting worse, even varicose veins.
Wow.
And for both men and women, it can cause this sort of congestion, a heaviness in the lower belly, the pelvic area. So the main point here is tackling this seemingly simple issue can make a huge difference in how you feel day to day, your comfort, your overall well-being.
That really drives home how central gut health is. Okay, so for people listening who feel like they're trying to do the right things already, are there specific foods we might be eating, maybe without realizing, that are actually slowing us down?
Oh, definitely. There are a few common culprits we should probably reconsider.
Okay, like what?
Let's start with white flour products.
Ah, the usual suspects. Bread, pastries.
Exactly. White bread, pastries, cookies, crackers, even things like dumplings or a lot of pasta.
Yeah.
The issue with white flour is, well, think about dough made from it.
Sticky.
Very sticky, glutinous, right? That same sort of stickiness can happen inside your gut. It makes the waste heavier, denser, harder to pass through. And if your digestion is already a bit sensitive, that gluten and white flour can be tough to break down.
Right.
And maybe also keep an eye on yeast-based breads. For some people, they can cause a bit of discomfort too.
Okay, white flour. What else?
Rice is another one.
Really? Rice seems so benign.
It is in many ways, but it can actually slow down peristalsis.
Peristalsis. Can you explain that a bit?
Sure, it's just the natural squeezing motion, like waves, that your gut muscles use to push food along. Rice can kind of dampen that movement. In fact, doctors often suggest rice when someone has the opposite problem, loose stools, diarrhea, precisely because it can slow things down and bind things up.
Ah, I see. So if you're already slow.
Exactly. If you're already prone to being sluggish, rice might just make it a bit worse.
Okay, white flour, rice. What about meat?
Meat is important, no question. It gives us vital nutrients like iron. Our bodies need that. But it's definitely a heavy food. It demands quite a bit from your digestive system to break it down properly. So if you tend towards sluggishness, maybe think about moderation.
Moderation. Or maybe how it's prepared.
Yes, that's a great point. Easier to digest forms are better. Think ground meat like in cutlets or meatballs, rather than a big steak or roast. It's less work for your gut.
Makes sense.
And if you're really backed up right now, trying to get things moving, maybe temporarily reducing or even cutting out meat for a few days could help give your system a break.
Good tip. Okay, so we've got white flour, rice, maybe easing up on heavy meats. What about things people take to help, like laxatives?
Ah, yes, laxatives. This is really important. I need to give a strong word of caution here, especially about relying on them constantly.
Okay.
Many common laxatives, particularly the ones that contain senna, you'll often see senna listed on the ingredients.
I've seen that. It's natural, right, from a plant.
It is natural, yes, from the cassia plant. But the way it works is by irritating the lining of your gut. That irritation forces the muscles to contract and move things along.
So it gives quick relief.
It can give quick relief initially, but here's the problem. If you use it regularly, long-term, your gut can become, well, lazy.
Yeah.
It gets used to being forced into action. It can lose its own natural ability to contract its own rhythm. It becomes desensitized.
Oh, dear.
And that leads to even more stubborn constipation down the road. Problems that are much, much harder to fix later on.
So check the label for senna.
Definitely check the label. And if senna is in there, be very, very cautious about using it regularly. Think of it as a short-term fix, maybe, but not a long-term solution. It can create bigger problems.
That's a really crucial distinction. Quick fixes versus real solutions. Okay, so we've talked about things to maybe cut back on or avoid. Let's flip it. What should we be actively adding? What are the essential allies for a happier gut?
Right. Let's talk positives. And the absolute most fundamental one, the one people often underestimate because it's so simple, is water.
Just plain water.
Just plain water. It's not just about quenching thirst. It's absolutely critical for the consistency of your bowel movements. Think of it like this. If your body feels like it's poor in water, if it's dehydrated, it's going to try and squeeze every last drop of moisture out of the waste moving through your gut.
To conserve water.
Exactly.
Yep.
And what's the result? Dry, hard stools that are really difficult and uncomfortable to pass. So getting enough water is probably step number one.
How do you know if you're getting enough?
The easiest way is just to look at your urine. If it's pale, light-colored, almost like water itself, you're probably well hydrated.
And if it's dark?
If it's dark yellow and has a strong smell, that's your body clearly telling you it needs more fluids. Simple as that.
Okay. And when's the best time to drink it? Does that matter?
It does, actually. The best time is generally first thing in the morning on an empty stomach.
Why then?
Because drinking a lot with meals can dilute your digestive juices, the acids and enzymes you need to break down food properly. So aim for maybe half a liter, even up to a liter if you can manage it comfortably, in the morning before you eat. Don't gulp it down, just sip it steadily.
And temperature. Cold water.
Okay. Warm is better. Much better, actually.
Yeah,
Think about it. Your body has to use energy to warm up cold water to body temperature.
Oh, all right.
Warm water, on the other hand, helps to relax everything. It helps relax the little valves in your digestive system. It encourages the flow of bile. Yes, bile, which is made by your liver and stored in your gallbladder, actually acts as a natural lubricant and helps stimulate gut movement. So warm water kind of gently wakes up your whole system.
Warm water first thing. Got it. Okay, water is foundational. What else? Fiber comes up a lot.
Fiber does come up a lot, but we need to talk about it the right way.
What do you mean?
Well, many people immediately think of fiber supplements, the powders or pills you buy at the pharmacy.
Yeah.
But honestly, those are generally not the most effective way to improve gut movement. Sometimes they can even make things worse, more bloating, feeling even more blocked up.
Wise up.
They often lack the complete package you get from Whole Foods. They're often just one isolated type of fiber. The real power of fiber comes from natural food sources, and the absolute best source, vegetables.
Or vegetables, any particular kind.
Especially green ones. Load up your plate. Leafy greens, broccoli, green beans. They provide the bulk and the gentle stimulation your gut needs.
What about fruit? Fruit has fiber too?
It does, yes, but I'd suggest a little more moderation with fruit. It contains fiber, absolutely, but it also comes with quite a bit of sugar, mostly fructose. For some people, too much fructose can be an issue.
Okay. So focus on veggies. How should we prepare them?
Definitely avoid frying them. Frying adds unhealthy fats and can be hard on digestion. Instead, think steaming, boiling, roasting, and then add plenty of good quality plant-based oil.
Oils. You mentioned bile earlier. Do oils help with that?
They absolutely do. Good quality plant oils are crucial. They do two main things. They help stimulate the gut muscles to move, and they encourage the release of that bile we talked about. And as we said, bile acts like a natural laxative, helping everything slide through smoothly.
So what makes an oil good quality?
Good question. You want oils that are fresh and unrefined. Oils go rancid, they oxidize very easily when exposed to light and air, and oxidized oil is definitely not healthy.
So how should we store them?
Always, always in the refrigerator. That slows down the oxidation. And pay attention to freshness. Ideally, use them within about 3 months of when they were pressed. For some really delicate oils like linseed or flaxseed oil, it's even shorter, maybe used within a month.
Okay. Fridge, use quickly. And how much should we use?
Don't be shy. Add a generous drizzle to your vegetables, your salads, even your porridge. Your gut will thank you.
Great tips on oils. So, veggies with good oil. What else can we add? I remember my grandmother always swore by prunes.
Ah, yes, the classic. Prunes are excellent. Dried apricots are too. They fall into a category that's really beneficial. Properly prepared dried fruits, nuts, and seeds.
Properly prepare. What does that mean? And how do you pick good ones?
Good point. When buying, try to avoid the ones in shiny plastic bags that look suspiciously bright or oily.
Like those really bright orange apricots.
Exactly. Those have often been treated with sulfur dioxide as a preservative. Look for naturally dried ones, which are often a darker brown color. Yeah. There's a type called Uryuk. That's the apricot dried with the stones still inside, which is often considered the best quality.
Ryuk. Okay. And prunes.
Similar idea. Avoid the ones that look unnaturally shiny or greasy. They've likely been coated with cheap oil. Look for ones that seem a bit drier, maybe slightly matte.
Got it. So how do we prepare them?
The key is soaking. Take your chosen dried fruits, prunes, apricots, maybe some nuts like walnuts or almonds, and some shelled seeds like sunflower or pumpkin seeds. Put them in a bowl, cover them with water, and just leave them to soak overnight.
Overnight? What did that do?
It softens everything beautifully, makes them much, much easier for your body to digest and absorb the nutrients.
So in the morning?
In the morning, you drain off any excess water, and you have this wonderful softened mix. You can add a splash of that good plant oil we talked about.
Ah, nice tie-in.
And you can eat it just like that. Or mix it into your porridge, maybe sprinkle it on a salad. It's a fantastic way to start the day, gentle, nourishing, and great for getting things moving.
That sounds delicious, actually.
Yes.
Simple and effective. Okay, so diet, water, oils, soaked fruits. That covers a lot. But sometimes, even when people feel they're doing all that, things still feel sluggish. Are there deeper things that could be going on?
Yes, absolutely. Diet and hydration are critical, foundational, but sometimes the root cause lies a bit deeper in factors people might not immediately connect to their digestion.
Such as?
Well, one huge factor is chronic stress.
Stress. How does that affect the gut?
When you're constantly stressed, your body goes into that fight or flight mode we hear about, survival mode. And in survival mode, your body diverts energy away from things it considers non-essential for immediate survival. And guess what's considered non-essential in that moment?
Digest.
Exactly. Digestion slows right down. The gut muscles tighten up, blood flow is redirected. So constant stress is a major, major enemy of good gut function. Managing stress isn't just for your mind, it's crucial for your belly too.
That makes a lot of sense. What else?
Another connection, often missed, is the thyroid gland.
The thyroid in your neck.
That's the one. If your thyroid is underactive hypothyroidism, it can slow down your entire body's metabolism. Everything gets sluggish, your energy levels drop, you might feel cold, and yes, your gut slows down too. It's like the body's engine is running on low power.
Okay, stress, thyroid, anything else?
Nutrient deficiencies can play a role too. The walls of your gut are muscles, and the lining is made of cells that need specific vitamins and minerals to stay strong and function properly. Things like magnesium, certain B vitamins. If you're deficient, the gut just can't work as effectively.
Right, building blocks.
Precisely. And then there's something really fascinating, a connection most people would never think of.
Oh, go on.
It involves the base of your skull and a very important nerve.
The skull. How on earth is that linked to my gut?
It's through something called the vagus nerve. It's sometimes called the wandering nerve because it travels all the way from your brainstem down through your neck and chest into your abdomen. It controls a huge range of internal functions: heart rate, breathing, and crucially, digestion. It tells your gut muscles when to contract, when to relax.
Wow.
Now, where this nerve exits the base of your skull through small openings between the bones,
Yeah.
if there's tension or misalignment or restriction there, the nerve can get slightly, well, pinched isn't quite the right word, but restricted, impinged.
That affects its signals.
It can significantly impair the signals getting down to your gut. I've seen it in practice. We do some very specific, gentle, hands-on work to release tension around the base of the skull where that nerve passes. And sometimes you can literally hear the person's gut start gurgling more actively, almost immediately, even in young children. It shows just how incredibly interconnected everything is.
That is truly amazing. The skull affecting the gut via this wandering nerve. So if someone suspects that might be an issue for them, maybe they have neck tension, A&D gut problems. What would they even do?
That's a great point. Often the signs might be that chronic neck and upper shoulder tension, maybe headaches at the base of the skull, perhaps some dizziness, alongside digestive issues that just don't seem to fully resolve with diet changes alone. The next step would typically involve seeing a practitioner who specializes in manual therapy that addresses this area, perhaps an osteopath or a chiropractor with specific cranial training. They can assess for restrictions and use gentle techniques to help free things up.
Fascinating. It really shows the body works as a whole, doesn't it?
It really does. Nothing works in isolation.
Okay, so we've covered what to remove, what to add, these
Mhm.
deeper influences like stress and even the skull connection.
Mhm.
Now let's talk about movement. Getting physical. Does that help the gut too?
Oh, absolutely essential. Like any other muscle system in your body, your internal organs, especially your intestines, benefit hugely from movement and, let's say, stimulation.
Stimulation?
Yes. Think of it like, imagine you have a bag with some stuff stuck inside. You can put all the right cleaning agents in, but if you don't shake the bag, massage it, move it around, the stuff won't loosen up properly, right?
Good analogy.
Your gut is a bit like that. Physical movement, walking, exercise helps. But also direct, gentle massage on the abdomen can be incredibly beneficial. It physically encourages peristalsis, that wave-like motion, and it also helps with lymphatic drainage, clearing waste products.
So we should be massaging our bellies. How do we do that?
It's simpler than it sounds. One really effective technique is to just gently make clockwise circles around your belly button. Start small, then gradually make the circles wider.
Clockwise. Does the direction matter?
Yes, clockwise generally follows the natural path of the large intestine. You can use one hand or both hands, one on top of the other, for a little more gentle pressure if it feels comfortable.
Should we use oil?
Using a little bit of that good plant oil we talked about earlier can be lovely. It helps your hands glide smoothly over the skin.
Okay. Clockwise circles. Anything else?
As you get used to it, you can gently press a little deeper. You might notice some areas feel a bit firmer or maybe slightly tender. Particularly common spots are the lower right side of your abdomen. That's where the large intestine starts, and the lower left side towards the end, where stool often collects before elimination.
So focus a bit more there.
Gently, yes. Don't push hard if it's painful, but just spending a little extra time with gentle pressure in those areas can be helpful.
When's the best time to do this?
Before bed is often ideal. It stimulates blood flow to the area and encourages your gut to work overnight, helping things move along for the morning.
How long should we do it for?
Just a few minutes is good. Maybe 5, 10, even up to 15 minutes if you enjoy it. There's another nice technique too, just gently rubbing your abdomen with your knuckles, quite briskly, until you feel a pleasant warmth building up. That also stimulates circulation.
Okay. So the goal is
The goal ultimately is for your abdomen to feel soft, comfortable, and not painful when you gently press into it. That's usually a good sign that things are flowing well internally.
gentle massage before bed. I like that. We can definitely put some more detailed instructions in the show notes for people.
That would be great. It's a simple yet powerful tool.
Okay. This has been incredibly insightful. We've covered so much ground.
Yes, and if we bring it all together, the core message really is that having regular, easy bowel movements isn't just a small detail. It's fundamental. It's fundamental to your overall health, your energy levels day to day, and even to maintaining that feeling of vitality, of youthfulness as we get older. It really is a cornerstone.
So just to recap the main actions for listeners.
Absolutely. First, take a look at what might be hindering things. Reconsider those white flour products, maybe ease up on rice, perhaps reduce heavier meats, especially if you're struggling, and be very wary of regular laxative use, particularly senna. Then focus on adding the good stuff. Plenty of natural fiber, especially from a variety of vegetables. Don't forget those good quality plant oils. Be generous with them. Drink enough water and make it warm water, especially first thing in the morning. And remember the soaked dried fruits, nuts and seeds, a great addition. And finally, critically, don't forget movement, both general physical activity and that specific gentle abdominal massage we just talked about.
Remove, add, hydrate, move.
That's a great summary. And maybe here's a final thought to leave people with.
Please.
We spend so much time thinking about exercising our outer muscles, right? Our arms, our legs, our core to keep them strong. We go to the gym, we walk, we stretch. But what if giving some of that same focus attention, that same intention to the muscles inside our belly through things like simple massage and mindful movement?
Yeah.
What if that's one of the most powerful things we can do? Not just to feel better right now, but to genuinely maintain our health, our energy, our vitality for many, many years to come.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of fitness, perhaps, but maybe just as vital.
That is a wonderful thought to ponder, giving our inner workings the attention they deserve. Thank you so much for sharing all this wisdom today, and thank you, everyone, for joining us on this deep dive into understanding and nurturing your gut health. We really hope you feel empowered to explore some of these simple, yet potentially profound changes. Here's to a happier, healthier gut for all of you.